But here's a new question. How did the sundial fall from space?
Same way everything falls from space. Meteors.
Ah, you see, here's where fan speculations come in. I
Ooh,
love
boy.
this. This is my own personal one. What did the space laser impact? The space laser came into contact with a meteorite, mutating part of it into Deoxys. What could have possibly happened to the rest of the meteorite?
Fell down.
Fell down, and because it was infused with the energy from the laser, when it impacted into the Kalos region, it turned it into the Anastar sundial, hence Zygarde saving, like, environment and whatnot as he's
Yeah,
supposed to do.
Zygarde comes out and like, what the fuck happened here? There's a bunch of DNC and other mutated freaks running around.
And then releases his energy, turning himself into his slumbered form, which turns a bunch of different things to happen.
And
So,
but here's the real question: was the laser the super weapon, or was it something else? Because in the cutscene we see the super weapon fire, come up, and land. Nowhere in there do we see a giant fucking meteor crash into it and disrupt the whole thing.
no, we don't, but in the original cutscene when AZ is explaining what he did with the laser, we see the laser go into the sky and impact with the meteorite.
Do we? It looks more like the laser goes up and then comes back down and crashes.
That's what happens when Lysander fires it.
I need some pictures.
You do need some pictures, because pictures help everything.
Yeah.
Because pictures speak 1,000 words.
I'm just gonna find the YouTube video. Which game do you prefer to get the cutscene from?
Personally, I played Y more than I did X. Turn off the fan. Give me 2 seconds.
Dead Pokemon, living Pokemon. I love that fist that he puts up into the air. Like, yeah! Okay, so laser shoots up into space, and then there it curls backwards. Here, I'll show you. I'll show screens. No meteor, sadly.
That's weird, because AZ's laser is supposed to be what mutated to Deoxys.
I know, man, but you know. Oops. God, that's fucking devastating. That's gotta piss off some people in Pokemon.
Well, duh, it kind of eradicated most people.
Yeah. 3,000 years ago? There's no date on the mural paintings of Hoenn. And that's what pisses me off. We don't know if the Hoenn stuff is super ancient, because they're called super ancient Pokemon, or if it's a few thousand years ago. Because we know that people were there drawing on the walls, but a feudal society with wars and stuff sounds a bit different.
There is actually an official story that Nintendo and Game Freak came out with that explains the murals on the walls in Granite Cave.
This seems important.
It is important. Apparently what happened was Groudon and Kyogre gained an immense amount of power, no one knows how, which allowed them to be big and huge and whatnot. And then they began destroying the world by bringing more water and more earthy, landy stuff.
Primal Reversion? Is that the, is this the name?
The official term? Yes, the official term for Groudon and Kyogre is Mega
I mean, is this the story I'm looking up?
Oh,
The
it
Pokemon
might be.
Wiki. It was a primal age early in the world's history. The natural.
There we
Yeah,
go.
early in the world's history. That can't be 3,000 years ago.
No, that's ancient. But apparently what they did was
Super
Groudon and
ancient.
Kyogre were big and huge and bulky and whatever, and they were fighting, and the people of that age prayed to essentially a giant rock to ask for help. Rayquaza, Guardian of the Ozone, came down.
Space Dragon.
Giant magic-y space dragon came down and reacted with the rock that they used to pray to, which resulted in Mega Rayquaza. Mega Rayquaza used its energy to diffuse the powers of Groudon and Kyogre, which turned them into the smaller forms that we're used to seeing.
Because without the sky, they're useless. Without the weather, and he disrupts the weather, and without the sun or the rain, their powers are useless.
Exactly. He released their power, turning them into the puny ones that we know and love, really, and then forced them to sleep. He dispersed his own energy and went up into space. His energy is what the ozone is.
That's awesome.
It is.
We don't have a lightning Pokemon other than Zapdos and Raikou, though.
Zekrom.
Oh, yeah, we do, but he's not really... Or, Unova doesn't really give a shit about other regions.
Nope. Let's see. Legend-wise, we have Raikou and we have
It's just funny that you have a weather ozone Pokemon, but you don't have... It has nothing to do... Like, it doesn't even learn Thunderbolt. And yet, ozone is created by a lightning. It's
true. Dude, when are we getting Hoopa? When is English getting Hoopa?
I don't know.
Do we know?
We have it already. A lot of people do.
I already have it. I have two.
Jesus Christ, man.
I have one for Unbound and one for Confined.
How do you get them?
I got them traded to me. They are official, too.
Yeah.
They're official Japanese.
Okay, so they're out in Japan.
Yeah, Japan had them. I love the fact that they gave us those.
Those what?
Leaf Guard, Flash Fire, and Sheer Force.
Mm.
Oh, I love the fact that we were given them.
Who are you referring to again?
Meganium.
Oh, right. Yeah,
and
so good.
for Alligator.
Dude, their megas are going to be sick.
I want them to have megas. I already know what type Meganium should
but
be.
Gen 6 will get megas.
Well, for right now, until they... that's not true. They gave Diancie her mega. They gave Diancie her mega, who is Gen 6 Pokemon.
No, I mean everyone but the Gen 6 starters.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Wow, way to spoil that to Deoxys, man. Dude, everyone's reaction when they see the pew, 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 pew. That just... There has never been a more hype moment.
What I loved was the fact that they still implemented the original encounter with Deoxys in that.
Yes, with the...
Because they had the black square, and then it just kind of bounced around and became red, and then the tentacles flew out, and it was like, oh, I loved that.
Because
it was a perfect
Laura
homage to the
freaked
original.
out at it the most, because she was like, Pat, you don't understand. Back in Gen 3, there was a rumor that went around on playgrounds that there was a secret event that you could go to the moon, find Jirachi, and fight Deoxys. And we went into space, and we fought Deoxys, and all the people who loved that rumor just, like, died inside.
I loved that rumor, dude. That rumor made my day.
Freaking Dragon Ball Z shit flying into space.
Yeah.
That Dragon Ball Z music with the electric guitar when you were going up there.
Yeah, really though.
Helix Fossil. Yeah, the link cable is kind of important. Like, how much stuff in the past could have been affected by time travel? And by time travel, I don't mean like Selby time travel. I mean hopping into a universe that's 10 years behind, or 10,000 years behind time travel. I mean, Mega Evolution, yeah, it could have come from space, but it could have also been like the Song of the Storms. Someone got it from the past, who got it from the future, who got it from the past, who got it from the future. That'd be really cheap, though.
As I love that idea. And as much as I love the fact that they put the link cable into the new games and was like, so the link cable is a thing and it's actually relevant again? Surprise?
And after all kids no longer know what the link cable was.
As soon as they referenced the link cable in the Delta episode, I was like, ugh. Let's see, when did I complete the Delta episode? I'm gonna go into my trainer card. I bought the game on its release date. So
yeah, same here. I was doing a challenge run, so it took me a long time.
Let's see. Adventure started on November 21st, 2014. First entered Hall of Fame on November 22nd. Let's just say this: I beat the entire game, including the Delta episode, in the span of 2 days.
Yeah, I took a few months, like 6.
Yeah.
No, more like 4 months.
Best part is I got to see my favorite gym leader redesigned, and it was lovely.
Who?
Winona.
Yes. Oh wait.
I love.
Duh.
Of course. Let's see. In the anime, her signature Pokemon was a shiny Swellow.
What? I didn't know that there was so much backstory behind your fascination.
You know my picture for Pokeamino?
This asshole. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. This asshole and his teases.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, there's a really big, in-depth reason why Swellow's my favorite Pokemon and she's my favorite gym leader. It's a huge.
Oh, by the way, guess what? This will make you happy. My first ever shiny was a Taillow.
That does make me happy.
Yeah. I got it when I was when I was playing Diamond. I used to go back to Emerald to basically farm Tricos to send over via the bottom of the game. Back in the days when you could trade with yourself.
Well, you still can. It's called you have to have 2DSs to do so.
Back in the day, you could just pop it in the bum and go to the Pal Park.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I used to just farm Tricos, and I would just play Emerald for a while, all nostalgic, even though it was only a few years after Emerald came out. And I ran to a shiny Taillow, and I was like, holy shit. So I traded it over and lost it when I lost all my diamond stuff. But I mean, you know. And then I never caught another shiny until, as with everyone, X and Y, where there are a shit ton of fucking shinies. And when I was chaining to try to find a shiny routes just because I wanted to be an asshole, I found a shiny full baby. Guess what?
What?
Lost that 3DS.
What?
Hey, guess what I got next?
What?
I was playing through Y. Now that I lost Max, I got Y, and I played New Run. And in the post game of that, I'm in the Friend Safari.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the Poison Friend Safari, and I run to a shiny Pokemon. Garbodor.
You ran into shiny shit!
Oh, man.
But yeah, did you notice the post thing I posted into the chat room? Like, last night? My poll for should I make an ask segment was featured on the feature page, and I loved it.
Yes. Dude.
I looked at that and I'm like, yes!
Late at night, anything can get featured, and that's so rewarding.
It's not there now, but...
Yeah. But late at night, if you get 15 notes on something, it can get featured for a half an hour.
Yeah. But a lot of... 2 people so far don't want me to do an Ask Swift series. The rest of them want me to.
Yeah, man. Have fun with it. Build a shit ton of characters.
I'm going to. They're going to come out with, like, personal questions, and I'll be like... I'll use, like, my bird keeper, for example.
Perfect. It's perfect.
My bird keeper will answer all the personal questions.
I was really worried that you were going to be really monotone and depressing and all that stuff. But, I mean, you were probably just not using a lot of punctuation because it was late at night or whatever. It was really late at night when we started that RP.
Oh, God. I did enjoy that RP, though. That was great.
Man, I just kind of slept my way through it because I have this thing where my subconscious and my consciousness are very weird things where early in the morning, my subconsciousness is off and my consciousness is on, which means I'm a fucking idiot. And late at night, my consciousness is off and my subconsciousness is on, so I kind of lose emotion and stuff because I'm just thinking and analyzing and being a robot for a while. Because the whole thing is that I'm experimental artificial intelligence unit who experiences emotions and things through empathy and copying other people and all of that stuff, and kind of runs off the emotions of other people. So if left alone, or if not mimicking people deep down, I'm just a analytical piece of crap. But hey, at least I'm a good guy. I always say there are a lot of bad sociopaths. I'm a good sociopath because all my morals are good.
And then there's me, who's the psychopath kind of deal.
Yeah, but I mean, the only negative thing about my sociopathy is that I treat characters a bit better than I treat people. But that's because characters, are the kind of oppressed situation right now. And in the future, when we get a bunch of AI and shit and start giving characters and things sentiences, they're going to be like, well, shit, you didn't treat me like a character. Like, say someone signs up for this program that turns characters from your head into people walking around. Mm-hmm. If you're an asshole to your characters, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. And guess what? Any crime or murder that they go do in the real world, hey, that's on you, buddy. Because they're a child. Even if they're 32 by the time they come out.
You see, for characters that I create, I base 90% of my personal characters off of myself. And essentially, because I've created so many.
Hold up. How many?
I've created 6 or 7, I think.
67.
Not bad.
Not bad, especially after 4 years. I mean, give yourself time.
Yeah. But no, I'm able
those
to...
are like half-developed Pokemon characters. I just put on the list to be more intimidating.
Yeah. But you see, because I have all these characters in my head, I'm able to close my eyes and have ridiculously in-depth conversations with myself.
Oh, you lucky bitch. See, the problem with me is that it's hard to talk to people when you have to write what they say back. Because it's like, yeah, I could talk with you, but what else I could do is I could write the whole conversation in 2 seconds and then package that information and put it in your brain. And then there we've had the conversation even without doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I'm able to do as well is if I can create a character, I can seal my actual consciousness away and replace it with one of my characters.
That's a very useful skill because that's a very humbling skill to be able to put yourself on the same level as them.
Yeah.
I mean, next you start putting them in control of your body, and it's fucking crazy.
I've done that.
I have this one friend who has a very, they don't have characters. They have one character they made that turned into a persona that turned into just not like an alternate version of themselves, but an entire other person living in their head, like full on. And it's totally peaceful, totally normal situation. They're just roommates, essentially.
Yeah.
And they have moments where the other one will... It's not a malicious person. She's not malicious or anything. But she has a few different ideas. And so he tells me stories of where he goes out to a party and the party hits like 12 at night or anything. And he's a little drunk. And then all of a sudden Zoe comes out and just like fucking just turns into a rave. just starts like fucking dancing and going crazy and shit. And then he wakes up and people have pictures of him where it's Zoe in control. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the stuff we'll have to deal with in the future with artificial intelligence units, and I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
Write responsibly.
Write responsibly. Okay. Future alternate artificial intelligence. Something I want to work on. You're an anime person, I assume?
No.
No?
The last anime I sat down and watched a shit ton was Yu Yu Hakusho 3 years ago.
Okay. So you haven't seen Sword Art Online then?
No, and I don't want to because I think it'll be... those ideas don't work as well when they're kind of used to make money.
Well, something that they do in that series is they create essentially a virtual reality full dive system where
I'm also not a fan of things that are amazing and then turn to shit because then you get no closure with it. And I heard the second season is so fucking terrible.
No, Arc 2 of Season 1 was horrible.
Okay,
Season 2 is a gem.
True.
But something that they do in that show is they've got virtual reality where they can essentially, when you put the headset on, it can take your entire consciousness away from you. So you're essentially playing a video game while you're unconscious.
Yeah, that's a similar concept with Tome. You know, the trainer natural expertise.
Yeah.
Where that, if I ever do upload this random chat that I'm doing, Tome is basically the story of that is it's like Sword Art Online and all that stuff, although it's sprite animation, not full animation. And there's a virus that infects the main character, and now he can hurt people through the game.
Yeah.
Hilarity ensues.
Yes.
Also, it has something really weird where it's a spoiler, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. There's a character who has 2 characters in the game and hops from one character to the other, and it's just like, you'd think that'd be a bigger problem than one dude doing that. Usually everyone, like 30% of people in an MMO, have multiple accounts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. In roughly an hour, I'm going to end up getting out of this for a little bit because I got a FaceTime with my friend for Wonder Trade Wednesday.
Nice.
Afterwards, though, if you want to keep going and actually do your podcast, I'm totally for it. I'm totally for it.
So how long will the Wonder Trade Wednesday go on?
Let's see. Usually trading goes from 9 to 10 my time.
What are you trading? Anything specific?
Me, not this week. Usually I will breed something to trade off. But now I'm just getting rid of a box of junk.
What time is it where you live right now? I can't see in the...
8:03.
Okay, so you're 1 hour ahead. 1 hour ahead of me. I'm 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Where do you live, Ken?
Upstate New York.
Ah, okay. That would be why.
What was the problem?
I was like, how are you 1 hour behind me? Because I knew you were 1 hour behind me because you mentioned, holy shit, it's like 2, when on my end it was 3, and I'm like, okay, where the hell are you from? Because it was like, okay, what time zone are you?
Where do you live right now? What country?
I'm in Halifax, in Nova Scotia.
Yep, that's like the only place where... It's not really a question of how am I behind you, it's how are you ahead of me while still on the continent.
Yeah,
and that's like the only place.
True.
So
true.
Rephrase your confusion there.
Yeah. Now that we've discussed that, holy shit. That makes a lot more sense.
You're on the fucking edge of the world. You walk on the street and there's just Viking helmets everywhere.
I walk out on the street and it's essentially, holy shit, 9.8 out of 10.
9.8 out of 10 what?
Too much water.
There you go.
Oh
God, if I don't think I'll get Bushy because he's if you're going for an hour, if in an hour you're going for an hour,
yeah,
that'd be 2 hour. That'd be in 2 hours.
Yeah,
9 o'clock. Bushy gets off at 9:45. If he's not dead from closing up shop and being just so tired, we could do another one of I would be like, hey Bushy, I know last time you were on, I made you stay up till 1 a.m. But want to do it again because we're talking about Gen 6.5 and 7?
Dude, after Wonder Trade, I'm good for pretty much anything because I'm a nocturnal human being. You guys all went to sleep at like 2 in the evening. I didn't get to sleep last night till 5:30 in the morning. Because I felt like it was a good idea at the time. It's never a good idea.
That stream fucked me up. I was at 7 o'clock. I was like, oh my God. Oh. That's why I made that RP just deadpan. And that's why, like, usually I would take... Actually, no, I think I would have reacted the same about the Curlia thing. Curl.
Yeah.
I started calling her Cur, and then Guardy was like, oh, let's pronounce it Curl, passively. And I was like, I was just so fucking tired of having to go to my phone, and because I was doing the whole thing voice. Voice on my phone. So I'd be like, Curlia. God damn it. Curlia. and then it would get it right. And I just started saying curl, and then I started just doing CURL. I'm just like, fuck it, they know what I mean.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'll be perfectly honest. I got ridiculously into that.
Yeah, man, that's silly RP. That silly
Yeah.
RP is just simple setting, and you just go, and you can be anyone. You don't have to be a character. You can just be yourself.
Yeah.
And silly RP is one of the best ways to dev characters because you can just have them talking with people without having to be in the middle of some batshit plot.
Yeah. Like, right now, my Swallow's at your daycare center, taking care of a Starly,
Aw.
because I handed you the Pokeball for it.
What'd you end up naming her? Oh yeah, you
I
handed me the Pokeball. Now it's just like knelt on the ground, just half asleep, giving psychological lectures to a Curlia and a Gardevoir to just get them to stop being so fucking depressing. It's like, here, let me fix your entire life with some philosophy that I'm giving out when I'm tired and pretty much asleep. That's how easy it is for me. God. Meanwhile, I'm privileged and have like absolutely no legitimate family problems or dead relatives or anything crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just I'm an asshole.
Let's see, what did I name the Starly? I generated my father character named Reginald because that's what my actual dad's middle name is, so I figured I'd make it work.
Wait, is? So, you don't have a dead relative?
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
Because I don't actually. That was complete character philosophy.
Okay, you are a good actor. Because
of course I am.
Alright, I'll be up in a sec. I was like, God damn it, I have to deal with 2 of these depressing assholes. And I feel like such an asshole that I have to deal with these assholes, that I'm saying that I have to deal with these assholes. I just felt so bad and just tired.
Yeah, but no, I don't actually have... Okay, I do have a dead uncle and 2 dead grandparents and all that other fun, but that's not
2 dead grandparents is sad.
Yeah, let's see. I never met my grandfather on my dad's side.
Okay.
He died when my dad was a kid. Let's see, who went first? My grandmother on my dad's side went, and then I think it went my grandmother on my mom's side, my aunt on my dad's side, my great-grandmother on my mom's side, and then my uncle on my dad's side. So let's see, I have 1 grandparent now, and it sucks.
Hey, treat them nice, unless they're crazy.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. But no, I don't actually have a dead parent.
That's great.
But
That's
I figured I'm gonna go ridiculously in depth with this character because, like I said, I can if I create a character, I can just let him take over.
Okay, so they wrote that on their own. You didn't tell them that your parents dead. He was my parents are dead.
Yeah, he stated that his father died, and his father's name is Reginald, who I based off of my dad's middle name, which is Reginald. And then naming the Starly, who's surprisingly female, Reggie, which could technically be a shorter version.
Sally? Was it Andy? Was it Sally, Andy, or it was Andy, right? It wasn't Sally.
It was Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Andy.
Because Andy was burning shit with Slugmas.
Fucking asshole! Like I'm in the out of context, just like, yeah, can we stop this? I don't want my place to burn down.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's bad enough I had to set up a sprinkler system.
Yeah, but let's see. Having Talia the Glaceon around was great because it made helping Starly all of the easier.
Yeah, that was cute. Like, you guys were just having your own little thing over there.
And it was lovely. Let's see what else.
I was just sitting there. I almost typed like 4 different times. So, are we just gonna say nothing about the talking Glaceon? And I'm just glad nobody questioned it.
Yeah, no one really questioned that.
Here you have, like, this is what I love about these Pokemon communities, that, like, if someone's a character, they abide by different rules.
Yeah.
So we have Slugma over here, and we have Starly's, and we have your Swellow. None of them are talking, and then here comes this fucking Glaceon.
Yeah.
Accomplish things.
God, shit was so ridiculous. Like, first off, when she named the Curly, when Sam on the first day or the second day or whatever named the Curly Ivory, I'm like, ha ha ha, that's a really funny coincidence, Ebony and Ivory. And then we're like, hey, let's make in the stream we were like, hey, let's make a Yuki Onna character and go to a very cold place. Let's go to the side of Mount Cornet. Next day, hey, I made a Glaceon, the Pokemon that evolves on Mount Coronet in the snowy area. And I'm like, well, shit. Why is this keeping happening?
I like the fact that we got the Glaceon and the Frostless being...
Sassy sisters.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's just
always great.
It's just
and
like
the fact that the Frostless is bipolar makes it all the better.
But it's like the fact that she's a ghost type. So it's like, can you imagine a ghost that tries to help people but ends up kidnapping them, and then this totally straightforward Glaceon who doesn't take any of this spiritual shit seriously is just like, yeah, sorry, that's my sister. You guys can go.
Yeah.
So who is that in the background?
That's my roommate.
Ah, nice.
And her cats.
Cats. Awesome. Favorite cat Pokemon Go?
Favorite cat Pokemon Go? Persian. Actually, no. Skitty.
Damn right.
I beat Flannery's Torkoal using a Skitty.
I trained up when I lost my first 3DS. I had just literally just I finished it. I set it down. When I came back, it wasn't there.
No.
Just finished training up this this team of babies. I have a sketch of them still. One of the last things I drew, intently. There was an Absol, a Snorunt, who was going to be a Frostless, a Skitty, which I invested too much time into to make a competitive Delcatty. I invested way too much time. I had a Noibat.
Okay.
A Pichu. Because Raichus are competitively pretty damn cool.
Man, physical attacking Raichus
I know,
are
right?
shit.
We talked about that in the stream. I was just like, man, dig on a Raichu is nuts.
I love how you're like, hey guys, do you want a level 27 Raichu? And I completely heard the number 20. I heard the number 12. So I'm like, yeah, a level 12 Raichu would be great. And then I looked at the Pikachu and I was like, oh wait, it's level 27? Shit.
You know something. In Generation 1, if you catch a level 2 Pikachu in the Viridian Forest, then evolve it. So you have a level 2
Raichu?
2 Raichu. I think it was 3. You can go to someplace like Viridian City or something. Not Viridian City, but someplace in the south. Trade a Raichu for an Electrode. And you'll have the fastest Pokemon at level 3 ever to possibly exist for many generations to come.
Yeah.
Something funny like that. Like, just having, before you got level 1 legendaries and events, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. We were talking about favorite cat Pokemon, and you were explaining.
Wait. Oh my god. I've solved one of the greatest mysteries of all Pokemon.
Oh no.
How does not Morty, how does Faulkner have a level 16 Pidgeot? He traded for it.
He doesn't have a level 16 Pidgeot. He has a level 16 Pidgeotto, and it's not physically possible because Pidgeotto doesn't evolve from a Pidgey until level 18.
A level 3 Electrode is also not physically possible, but you can get it by trading. Because when you trade, you get one of that level.
Okay, I think I get it. Does that explain the reason why Ghetsis' Hydreigon is underleveled in Black and White?
Sure, trade logic. As long as someone has a Pokemon that is level X, you can get that Pokemon at any level that you could get the smallest of the other thing. I'm going to go grab some pizza. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh. Messaging.
So awesome. By the way, how's my mic from 5 feet away?
Mike's great.
I know, right? Guess what? Did I tell you what mic this was?
No.
It's a Rock Band mic.
Ah!
Those Rock Band USB mics are amazing. Dude, if you have something lying around, you can You can record with good audio. If you have one lying around.
Damn, I don't have one lying around. Oh, that sucks.
In a
Oh.
fucking dorm. Just like, why don't you clear out that stuff in the corner? No, that's my pile reserved for my Rock Band pile.
Oh, what's in there? Oh, a microphone. Shit, give it to me. Yeah. But no, when we were talking about favorite cat Pokemon, and I stated Skitty, there is a reason for that.
Normalizes a ridiculous ability?
No. When I was playing Explorers of Time,
Good.
the Pokemon that I played as was a Skitty.
Is that the most recent one?
No, that's Gates to Infinity.
Right. By the way, Birdie hates that one.
What, Explorers of Time?
No. Gates to Infinity.
Oh. Personally, I don't mind it. The new one's going to be the shit, though.
Yeah, Laura was like, this new one better be good because the last one was fucking bullshit.
The last one was weird. But no, the Pokemon I played as in Explorers of Time was a Skitty, and I grew ridiculously attached to it. So then playing through this, I'm like, I have to have my Skitty. I catch the Skitty, I name it, I go through the entire game with it. I beat the Elite Four using a Skitty. I don't evolve Skitty at all. I hate Delcatty with a passion.
Oh, that's why you were mad at me earlier.
No, I wasn't really mad. It was more of a, oh my god, I hate this Pokemon.
Why?
But I just have never liked Delcatty.
Is it because it's a random Moonstone evolution that makes no sense?
Yes, exactly. It's like, okay, Skitty should evolve into Delcatty regularly. It does not need a Moonstone.
It doesn't even have any good moves, too.
No, it doesn't. But I went through with a Skitty and I got
bad Pokemon.
No, I got to Skitty, I got to Flannery, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna set myself a goal. I'm not going to use any other Pokemon except for Skitty. And I beat her entire team using Skitty. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like...
And it shows in the credits at the end of the game, when it shows what Pokemon you used to beat the last Pokemon of the gym leaders, it shows Skitty taking on Torkoal, and I'm like, yeah. And I still have it. It's like level 56, I think? Hold on, where are you? Level 53.
Yeah, so the thing is that, you know, Zubat is an amazing Pokemon because in the early game, Confuse Ray is amazing. You know? Zigzagoon is a fucking crazy Pokemon because in the beginning of the game, Headbutt is broken. But when all those Pokemon evolve, the moves aren't as powerful.
No,
because you just don't use them.
Until Zubat becomes a Crobat, at that point, Zubat's like, fuck y'all, I'm amazing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, there are certain moves that are very hype in the beginning of the game, but just don't work later on. The fact, I say that Delcatty has no moves, but Skitty has so many moves. But Delcatty has all those moves. But it's just that when you're a level 20 Pokemon, it's not as cool to use Assist. You know? Because you're like, if I use Assist, I could use Growl, Tail Whip, Tackle, all that stupid shit. Or I could get Bubble. It's fun, and then it's not fun. Like, Sing and Double Slap and Cute Charm and Charm, they're all ridiculous in the early game. But it just doesn't feel right using them later on. Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of Assist and whatnot, a friend of mine was using Metronome in X and Y, and he got Oblivion Wing twice, and Land's Wrath once.
Oh my god.
Using Metronome, and it's great.
See, here's my philosophy on randomness. If it has a chance to happen once, it should be able to happen infinitely. That chance.
You do realize that Pokemon is based off of a dice roll, right? These games, like when you do damage, you'll use one move.
There's min-max.
Yeah, min-max is essentially a dice roll. You'll roll it. If it's like a 1, 2, or 3, it does like. No, if it does a 1 or a 2, it does min damage.
Why is there not a D&D style? Why is there not a tabletop Pokemon game? There totally could be. Like you walk in. Oh, sorry. You walk into the route. To your left, there is some grass. To your right, there is some water. You can fish in the water. And they have a book, like Monster Manual. You have a Monster Manual of Pokemon, and you have each route.
Pokedex.
You have each Pokemon. Yeah, you have a Pokedex Monster Manual, and you have each Pokemon what route they can be found on. So you have a route, and it lists these are the Pokemon that can be found. This is the most common. This is the most rare. You roll, you get a Pokemon encounter. The entire combat system can be played on the board. If you just, instead of having 40 or 90 power, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 power. And defenses are like, 1 through 10 and all that, instead of in the hundreds. You could make it into a D&D game so easily, but you would just get shut down by copyright.
No, you wouldn't, because it would be considered another tabletop game.
Yeah, but
because Pathfinder is not made by Dungeons and Dragons, but it is a very near carbon copy.
Yeah, but those are American companies. Japan is fucking ridiculous with their copyright.
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon Avoas, man.
That's like you mentioned that Nintendo and Japan's big with their copyright. That's like with my first What If that I did.
They're international companies, and by the law states that they have to enforce their copyright.
Yep, but that's like with the first What If that I did. What if Scott Cawthon was to partner with Game Freak and make an official Pokemon-styled Five Nights at Freddy's game? That would be slightly like that. If he was to get partnered with Game Freak, he could legally do it.
It's a shame that he has a ton of money, but it's not anywhere near like, Notch or anything like that.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, he doesn't have a lot of money, He's paid off his bills and his child's loans. He's debt-free, but he's not rich.
Yeah.
He's still just some dude living out in the nowhere with, like, 3 little daughters or something.
The funnest part about Scott Cawthon is his Five Nights at Freddy's game, the first one. He didn't expect to be as successful as it was.
And he did it out of spite.
Yeah, and then...
one comment.
Yeah. And then when the first game became so popular, he was like, damn. So he decided it was a good idea to make a sequel. And the sequel was better.
And then he got Sakurai disease, where he realized, I'm going to be making these games for the rest of my life.
Actually, no, he didn't get Sakurai disease because Sakurai sold Kirby because he didn't want Kirby to become sequelized.
I know.
And the thing about Scott Cawthon is he's already announced that the new game that was just released, or is going to be released, is going to be the final game.
Yeah, he'll be making something else.
I love that because...
He has inverted Sakurai disease because he got into a genre that was completely different from what he was doing, but it's what he was destined to do. Like, he got criticized for his religion game with the bears being scary and creepy. And then... just a spark lit in his head, and he was like reading these game reviews of like a 2 out of 100, and he was just like, "You think that's fucking scary? Oh, I can do better.
I can do better than that.
I can do it a lot better." And then he's on the phone animating Foxy, and he's like on the plane animating Foxy. He's like, "Hey, little kid, look at this."
The thing that I like about Foxy is Foxy doesn't even have a jump scare to kill you in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
What he does is he sticks his head out through the door and screams, and what it's supposed to do is induce a heart attack on the night guard.
Yeah. Because, like, it's not so much the jump, it's the running, the swiggity swooty. Like, the very concept of seeing them move is what made Five Nights 3 so scary. That they move.
Yes, I'll agree with you. Like, I've played the third game. I love it to pieces. But what I'll do with the third game is I'll pick one hallway.
Someone else's channel of me doing that. It's amazing. I'm a pussy. I'm a baby.
Yeah.
Pussies
I played it and I love it to pieces. But the hallway that has the presents in it with the puppet mask on the wall?
Yeah.
I'll pick that hallway and I'll keep doing the Balloon Boy audio in that hallway so that I can attempt to isolate Springtrap in that one hallway, and then he'll move. And I'll be like, shit, where is he? I'll play the audio, and he won't go back to that room. So, of course, I'll have to be like, oh, shit.
Fence.
Yeah, and then there's the phantom jump scares, which are ridiculous, because half the time you don't expect them. Let's see. Puppets is essentially him just getting in your face.
Fuck that. Nobody, still, like, to this day, even though we have the explanation of the puppet and all that stuff, nobody still to this day knows what the fuck the intermission for Five Nights 2 is about. Like, we know what it's about, but we don't know why he's staring at you in the face.
Yeah, Actually, people actually speculate that what it is you're looking through.
Freddy.
You're looking through the Golden Freddy suit. Is what you're looking through because the Golden Freddy suit is what. Yeah, is what killed the kids.
And he's like, "Hey, fuck you," and he's like, "Sorry, I'm trying to be nice, okay?" Ooh,
Yeah.
Do you know about Nightmare though?
Oh, dude, Nightmare only appears in 2020 mode.
After he's died, after the kid's dead.
After the
kid
kid is
say
dead.
that this is the kid doing it.
That's because it is.
But here's my idea. The brain is inside of him, and we don't know if it's the leftover brain or the piece of the brain that was taken off. I think that was a piece of the brain taken off. And Nightmare, the reason why he's related to Golden Freddy is because Fredbear is because it's Fredbear's guilt.
You see,
Also,
I do like that.
My favorite thing about Five Nights 4 was something that nobody else realized, but I was like freaking out. On night 2, you see this, and I was freaking out, and nobody else was, and I was just like, Shadow Bonnie, Shadow Freddy. They're literally they're on the walls. What are they? They're just standing there. And when the pop-up said you can get past them, I thought, he talking about those? And they trips over, and the guy's staring at him. And then the next days, and I just like, what was that? Why were they standing there? And then night 5 comes. You're getting taken by the kids left, and I'm like, oh god, are they taking you to Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Fred? Screen pans over. There's Fredbear and Springtrap on the stage with light behind them. The shadows are shadows. Purple, not the shadows, but the purple animatronics are shadows. Literally. Like, the kid was so terrified of the animatronics that their very silhouette made themselves into characters. That's how terrified he was.
Yeah. What I like about the new games is... One of the things I like is the whole chibi trap. No, sorry, plush trap.
Plush trap, yeah.
Mini game. Where you can jump 2 hours in to the next day.
And then immediately lose it.
Let's see. I like Nightmare Foxy. Nightmare Foxy is an interesting...
The fact that he's the only guy who jumps you and you stay alive.
Well, yeah, there's that. But the thing about it is if you don't keep Foxy away from the closet, he will get into the closet, and he will fuck up your shit.
Also, the fact that he comes from the right, and there's 2 animatronics in the right. It's like, what?
There are 3 animatronics on the right, including him.
No, I'm saying at once, because whenever Fredbear or Nightmare come in, they're the only ones.
Yeah.
And they come from both sides.
Yeah. But there is a
Bonnie
point...
is so... technically, Cupcake comes from the right, too. It's like, there's all this attention on the right, and just Bonnie sitting in the left. And the only thing that makes him special is that he can come in the room and attack you directly. Just like he did in Five Nights 1.
Yeah, the only other animatronic that can actually come into the room and kill you directly is Nightmare Freddy. Because you've got the 3 mini-hims that appear on your bed. If you don't get rid of them, you die.
And if you look away too early, Cupcake kills you.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Stupid Cupcake.
Stupid Cupcake.
Everyone's reaction on their face was just like, did I seriously just get killed by the Cupcake? They're just so angry. Oh my god. I'm so pissed off. The thing that pisses me off most about anything is that PewDiePie plays the first night, no jump scares. He just sits there. Doesn't check a door, and he wins. Asshole.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Let's see.
Nate Wants to Battle was stuck on the first night for 4 attempts.
Yes, I know he was.
That is some... people say that they took the randomness out of it. No, that's some Five Nights 1 level of randomness. That's Foxy on night 1 level randomness.
One thing that I didn't like about what they did with Five Nights 3 is in Five Nights 1 and 2, you could get attacked by the animatronics on night 1. In Five Nights 3, the only thing that can attack you is the phantoms. Because
nothing can attack you first night.
Because in night 2, you get the call saying, by the way, we found an animatronic and it's now in the building with you. And you're like, shit, that's why nothing killed me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but does that say Pat can't take this?
Wait for it. Oh, fuck. I'm out. Why? I'm out.
How's that? All right, Pat's out.
No.
Because he can't handle this.
Oh fuck! I'm out.
Why?
There it is. There it is.
How's
I'm standing behind the chair, and I'm just like,
Now?
you lost him. I'm out.
I don't know. Just,
I think we should give up.
I was gonna say tap out, Pat. Tap out, Pat. Tap out.
what the fuck?
You can't really hear it, but
No, I know I can't.
15. You have to. FD. Oh no. Where is he?
Why?
Fuck! I'm out.
Why's that?
And then this is him. And he's
Pat's
like, I guess Pat's out
He can't
because
handle
he can't
this.
handle this.
Oh crap!
Oh crap!
What's going on?
And then he realizes that he doesn't know where he is. And then
Yeah,
3,
that too is so easy. Oh shit!
2, 1.
Oh god, Mangle.
Oh god!
I'm sorry, but is that Mangle outside the? I was gonna say, was that Mangle outside the window?
Yeah, Mangle. And you just hear me flip out, and I'm like, I told you were gonna
God,
lose.
Mangle.
Look, he's not
Oh,
there.
God.
but he's there.
Yeah. I love the Five Nights games. Like, they are probably one of the most ingenious style of games out there because it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, except for the first 2 games in terms of the how automated they become.
Yeah. The only thing that made the second game more tolerable than the first game.
Was the implementation of story that you can touch.
Well, yeah, there's implementation of story you can touch, but there's also the implementation of the puppet. And the fact that if you don't keep Freddy's music box playing, and he manages to get out of that damn box, you better pray to God he does not get into the damn office. Because if he gets into the damn
in
office,
the
you die.
hallways first, it's like,
Yes,
fuck.
you do, because he's just kind of there, and you're like, shit. Here it comes. And he can bypass the Freddy mask.
Oh my god. When people started to realize that the animatronics pick you up in Five Nights 4, that's
Yeah.
like such a childhood fear.
It is.
Because that's what they do. Mascots will pick you up and be like, hi, raise you up above them.
Hmm.
Their big flapping jaws.
That's kind of like with, did you get to the point in Oros when you had to go to the abandoned ship?
Oh my god, the abandoned ship was so good.
The abandoned ship, they did better. But did you have the odd keystone?
What?
Because if you have the odd keystone, there's a specific room on the second floor.
Like, from Gen 4?
No, the abandoned ship from the new games.
Where do you get the odd keystone?
The odd keystone.
Do you have to port it from
like,
Gen 4?
No, you have to get it. What you have to do is you have to do a series of events, which in turn you find a book. The book states certain things. You go to Captain Stern and whatnot. You go do a bunch of different things, and then you end up finding the odd keystone. When you find the odd
Where?
keystone, I'm trying to remember. I'll go on Cerebi here in a minute. Actually, I have a cell phone. I can do that now. But when you find the odd keystone, you go. You don't even need the odd keystone for most of it. When you find the odd keystone, you go into the specific room, take one step in, and it says something is following you. No, it's not something's following you. Something is watching you. And you're like, oh shit, something big's about to go down. And if you don't have the odd keystone and you read something on the bookshelf at the back of the room, it will just say something is watching you. But if you have the odd keystone and you interact with the bookshelf, instead of saying, oh, something is watching you, Spiritomb is behind you and then attacks you. I'm going to get on Cerebi and figure out where the hell the odd keystone is. But I want that page right now. Sarah. Nope, that's not how you spell that word. Sarah.
How did I not see this? I knew that all this stuff was talking about Captain Stern, but I never thought to go talk to him.
It's either that or Captain Stern is where you get the scanner from in order to go after Lugia.
What, Lugia?
Lugia and Ho-Oh, depending on which game you have. All of the Pokemon are available.
I didn't know about this. I never did this in Auras.
What? All of the Pokemon are now available. They made it... Okay, you know how before with Battle Spot you couldn't use certain Pokemon unless they were Kalos born?
No. How do you... I didn't know there was Ho and Lugia in the game.
Oh my goodness, hold on. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Let's go into this because, oh my god, how is it that you did not know this? Legendary Pokemon. Click the button, damn it. Legendary Pokemon. Let's see. What do we got to work
I
with?
got go
Lugia
into-
and Ho are some of the only legendaries in Oras that don't just appear in Mirage spots.
Surprise!
You can actually unlock and
Okay,
encounter them
Groudon, the
when you're ready,
Reggies,
but
yada
they
yada,
are,
we no one
however,
cares.
exclusive to each version.
Ho and Lugia.
Yeah.
After you've dealt with Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, when you go to Sea Marvel, you can hunt for the scanner in the basement.
So that's
When
what that picture
found-
I saw in Google Images is.
Yep. When found, if you take it to Captain Stern in Slateport City, he will give you a key item. This item is the clear bell in Omega Ruby and the tidal bell in Alpha Sapphire. Take the bells to Sea Mauville and they will start to resonate. On the deck in Omega Ruby and in the underwater basement in Alpha Sapphire. This causes a portal to
I
appear.
knew there was a
Interact
point
with
to
it.
those things.
Yep, yep, that's what those are. And then you've got Heatran, which is on the scorched slab.
Ugh.
You've got Latios and Latios, which are on Southern Island,
I knew about those though.
which I can go get. You've got the Lake Guardians.
Yeah, I saw the Lake Guardians.
You've got the Creation Trio.
What?
Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina.
Where are
Putting
they?
your fire attack.
You have to have Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf in your party, and depending on which game you have, depends on which one you can go after. If you have Ruby, it's Palkia. If you have Sapphire, it's Dialga. And you need to have both of them in order to go after Giratina.
What am I saying? Sharpedo can't take anything.
Let's see. You got the Swordsmen, which are you got Cobalion on track.
Those are just random encounters.
No, those are
just the Mirage spots.
Yeah, those are Mirage spots on Pathless Plain. You've got Reshiram and Zekrom and Kyurem,
Stop using Sunny. Oh, look at that.
which are in Fabled Cave, and in order to get to them, you have to have a level 100 Pokemon in your team. And if you're playing Ruby, it is Reshiram. If you're playing Sapphire, it is Zekrom.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And you have to have both of them to go after Kyurem. Raikou, Entei, and Suicune are in it. And you have to have.
Let me just be certain here. None of this is any Gen 6.5 or 7 plot, right?
No, this is all.
It's just some Jade Orb bullshit, right?
Not really, because they had to, for consistency, they had to make it so that every single Pokemon was available.
Yes,
How many times have you beaten
what's
the
the
Elite
item that
Four?
you get to see them? The scanner?
The scanner, yeah.
How does this? So the scanner is a Hoopa scanner.
Kind of. No, the scanner is like a regular everyday scanner.
Okay,
you
so
hand
that's
it,
from the sunken ship.
Yes, you hand the scanner to Captain
That's the
Stern,
original one
who
from
in
Red-
turn
from Ruby and Sapphire.
gives you the item required to go after the legendary birds.
And then
Then you go and catch them, and then when you have them in your team, one or the other of them, you can go to Trackless Forest, and depending on what time of day it is, you can go after the legendary beasts,
and then
and then you catch those.
do you have to do all those in
Thunderous-
sequence?
No, you can do these in mishmash order.
Right, and then there's the level 100 one.
Yeah,
And then there's the Lake Spirits.
And then there's the weather, not the weather trio, but the genies, Tornadus, Thunderous, and Landorus, which you need to have a cast form on your team in order to go after Tornadus and Thunderous.
Nice.
And they made cast form important.
Finally, my baby.
And you have to have both of them on your team to go after Landorus, and Cresselia is on Crescent Isle, which is a random daily Mirage Island.
Darkrai though?
No, actually, Darkrai was an event, which made him legal.
So Darkrai's still only available through those events.
Darkrai is still only available, not through the original event, but they released a Japanese event for Darkrai that we never got for whatever reason.
Yeah,
But
Celebi situation.
because they got it, therefore it is legal.
Yeah.
And hold on, I'm gonna go figure out where the odd keystone is, because that's important and completely irrelevant. Item listings, haha. No, not wild held items. I don't care about your wild held items. Holy shit.
I'm really sad that I missed on that stuff in Oras. I can go back and do it. But
You can still go back and do it.
Yeah, but I don't want to touch Oras until I beat the Emerald stuff. Because
You haven't done the Delta episode yet?
I did that. My first video on FullRestore is a podcast where the main talk is about that. I convinced my friend Terrell to get Oras simply by stating that you go into I give the whole speech about how you go into space and blow up a meteor and fight Deoxys, and after that he's like, I might get this game, but he's ultimately not convinced. Then at the very end of the podcast, I'm like, hold up, I'm gonna go somewhere to show you something. And he says, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just soaring. And he's like, what? And all the Delta episode stuff, all the Primal Reversion stuff, none of that convinces him. But just seeing me fly around on Latias convinces him.
Yup, that's what got that. Yeah, my brother saw me do that, and he's like, how do I do that? And I'm like, you have to get to this point in the game. He's like, I have to beat this game now.
So,
and I was like, yes. You need to beat this game because it's like the best game ever. Aha!
So, Big Mama Diancie.
Oh! Ooh! Okay. What? No, the odd keystone is slightly different than it was in the other games. Okay, here we go.
Why Spirit?
Hold on, I'm opening a page. Aha! Basically, once you beat the game, go to Sea Marvel. Go downstairs until you hit the water. Use surf and dive. Go across the hallway and resurface on the other side. Enter the very first door on your left, and it will say it feels like there's a presence watching you.
Yeah, I've been there.
Go to the upper left of the room and read the stuff on the cabinet. The feeling will be displayed again. Then open your menu and look into your bag. Close out of your bag, but not the menu, and you will see the odd keystone behind you. Save your progress and exit out of the menu to catch your spirit stone. If it dies, quit and try again.
What the fuck is that?
That's amazingness. That's what that is.
That's like typing 2020 into the extra menu.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Spiritomb is like Five Nights at Freddy's, only Pokemon.
But why Spiritomb get its own event thing? Like,
because Spiritomb's amazing. They explain it in depth slightly. They mention in a book that you read on the bookshelf that the odd keystone was lost on the ship. They were using it for scientific purposes, and it was on the ship, and they lost it.
How do you get the odd keystone, though?
You don't. It's
just behind you.
It's just behind you.
Oh, so you never get it as an item.
No, it's not an actual item.
It's just a ghost haunting the ship.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing.
So they just had for research purposes.
Yeah, they were like, okay, is this an energy-inducing thing? We don't know. Oh shit, it's gone. Oh shit, the ship sunk. Fuck this. And then you get there and you read the reports about it and you're like, oh shit.
Spiritomb sunk the ship. Oh no.
Spiritomb sucked the ship. Holy fuck. Oh, there's the rock. Fuck.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff on that ship. So
there's
like
a bunch of stuff on that ship.
There's a bunch of conspiracy shit and like families torn apart and people lost at sea. And
okay, would you like to know what else is on that ship?
I've been there. I've seen everything except this odd keystone thing.
You have the Beedrill Megastone?
Yes.
You have which means you have all the other shit.
And I saw the Horde of Nuggets.
Yes, that would made my day. I was like, yes, I need money. Fuck.
Like, why is there buried treasure why is there treasure in the back room? Like, was all the crazy shit going on because someone was smuggling gold?
Yeah, that's about it.
Like, there were bad working conditions. There were people away from their families. There was all sorts of crazy shit going on. But can we talk about the people in there and how amazing that is?
Yeah, people are like, oh my god, this is a sunken ship. How cool is this?
But then there are ghost situations.
There are many ghost situations, which I enjoy.
But the best situation were the lesbian girls. That was amazing.
Yes, I saw that and I was like...
that's so adorable.
I saw it and I was like, Game Freak. Holy fuck,
done.
Man.
It's like the Girl Scouts were all on a field trip, and then two of them locked each other in a door, threw away the key, and started like teaching each other how to make out.
Yeah, because I mean, Nintendo and Game Freak have done some dark shit. Let's see, what dark shit has Nintendo done? The Hell Valley Sky Trees in Mario Galaxy 2.
Yep. Even though those are
were
based off the Kodama and like they're supposed to be nice forest spirits. No, that shit was crazy.
yes, that was crazy. Let's see. There's also the Hell Valley Sky Tree at the end of the haunted level in
More
Super Mario
Kodamas.
3D World. What else have they done? Iconic Canyon was a big one.
What's Iconic Canyon?
Majora's Mask.
Oh, with the aliens?
No, that's Romani Ranch. Iconic Canyon is essentially a valley of the dead. You've got zombies, you've got mummies running around, a half mummy, half human hybrid, and a haunted dungeon.
Right.
It is legitimately the land of the dead.
Yeah, and then there's a Skeleton King too.
Yes, there is. Let's see, what else has Nintendo done that's slightly scary?
But we're talking about girls learning how to interact with other girls in new and
Yeah.
unique ways. Like,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, do you remember how I mentioned that the Ghost Girl was in the original Red and Blue games?
yeah,
Do you remember the white hand that appears on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be her too.
That was like some intern who was like, "I'm gonna start a 20-year-long joke."
Yeah. Never fun.
Yeah. Pink Pokemon with floral pattern on it. Shut up.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, okay, what? Did they take that description and was like,
Who cares?
who cares? And then you look at what they actually came up with and be like,
So I'm really pissed off about this. Does Volcanion have two forms, or is it just separate its limbs?
it is only separating its limbs.
Okay, good. Because if that had two forms and no one was talking about it, I would be really mad.
Yeah, actually, some people speculate that it's supposed to be Mega Zygarde, big, huge Titan thingy, versus a Volcanion form. And I'm like, no, guys, no. The ring on Volcanion's back separates and turns into two steam cannons. That's all that is. So far, he is the only one of the event legendaries to not have a second form.
Yeah.
So far.
I feel like
I want my Volcanion! I want my Volcanion!
I feel like Volcanion's gonna get shit on like Heatran did. Like,
Do you know why I want Volcanion?
why?
Okay, let's look at water typing.
Yeah, water typing is
Water?
the best pure type in the game.
No, that's not it at all.
Just-
If you look at the water typing, water has been paired with every type except for fire. What do? Come out with a water fire type. Therefore, water has been paired with every type
Nice.
as of now. And I want my water fire type because I can
Dude,
sit there and
the
be
fact
like,
that there's only one Dragon Ghost is so amazing.
is there? Guaranteed.
Giratina is the only Dragon Ghost.
I created a fake mon that was a dragon ghost type, and it's different.
This is when X and Y was being teased. I was doing some RPs. I was doing some Pokemon RPs with my friend. And we created our friends. There were 4 of us, then 3. We all created Pokemon characters. And 2 of my friends created up their own characters. There was an Ice Psychic type, and then there was a Ghost Steel type with Levitate.
Okay.
The reason why I was so hype about this Ghost Steel type with Levitate was I was like, oh my god, it only has fire as a weakness, and it's not even double super effective. This is the best typing ever. And then I saw Honedge, and I was like, oh my god, it's real! No guard. God damn it.
You see, similar story. 2 friends of mine were like, okay, they need to come out with a steel ghost Pokemon that's a car. And then they released Honedge, and they were like, close enough. Because they got their steel ghost type, but it wasn't a car.
Why does it have no... I get that it has no guard because it doesn't have a shield yet, but it's like... It's such a bad ability.
Why does it have no guard? It becomes better. It became good enough that it was sent into Uber.
Well, I mean...
That bugged me because Aegislash is great.
Yeah, but I loved Aegislash just because I had on my team I had the one thing to counter Aegislash perfectly, other than a Bunnel Diggersby though.
What's the best?
The best thing, okay. Porygon Z, Focus Sash, Agility, Nasty Plot, Tri-Attack, Shadow Ball. Because someone switches in something on you, you use that turn to boost. Look at their team. If their team is below 90 speed, use Nasty Plot. If their team is above 90 speed, use Agility. You get hit, you get taken down to 1 HP, then you respond and kill them. They switch in, they're Aegis Slash. Guess what? You don't have priority. Shadow Ball.
I know it
They
is.
can't use their priority attack because you're normal type. Also,
Yeah.
Tri-Attack is the best move ever with adaptability and a Nasty Plot. Just saying. That is a base 180 power normal type move with a 90%, well, not really, but with a 40% chance to do a status effect.
Yeah.
Any of 3 status effects, which are
Yeah.
all devastating.
Yeah.
Oh, my
So many people want Aegislash to come back from Ubers, and I don't.
Because it will ruin the meta.
It will break the meta. If Aegislash comes back, I'm
Everyone
gonna have
had
to
a counter.
start.
It'd be like Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn's Ubers, right?
No, Ferrothorn's
Goddamn.
OU.
But people just stopped using him, right?
No, some people use him. I'm not. I think
He's not
he's been
as
sent
popular
down.
as he used to be, though.
No, he's not as popular as he used
How
to
about
be.
Gliscor?
Pussy Patrol.
People still using that asshole, Gliscor?
Yes, people are still using.
Fuck, Gliscor.
Okay, here's my theory on Gliscor. If it doesn't have substitute, protect, and
Toxic.
Your nose is really
and no, not even toxic. If it doesn't have substitute, protect, and U-turn,
Oh, God.
God help me. No, if it does not have those, you're set because you can take it out. If it has those, prepare for a long game.
No, prepare for a short game.
No, because it's going to
Run.
sit there.
Run. No, just run. You quit.
No,
That's
yeah.
the shortest game ever.
Yeah.
Also, Diancie has weird ears.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I swear to
I need to ask you a very serious question.
Go.
What's your opinion on the keyring?
Oh, Klefki?
Yeah.
Just ignore it, not because I hate it, but ignore it because every generation has stupid things.
Because what was your play title? So it was in there.
Yeah, I see what you mean with that.
There's every generation has some Pokemon that you just can't take seriously in terms of canon and biology.
Yeah. One reason. Okay, my friend despises Klefki with a passion. Therefore,
He's
he will.
wasting his energy.
Hold on. He will thus not play an AG game.
Why are you carrying around a knife?
Hmm?
Why are you carrying around a knife?
Why not? It's got the guard on it. Anyway, here's the point. The point is, because he does not like Klefki, he will not play an Anything Goes game. Because in Anything Goes game, you can bring multiple of the same Pokemon. And one of the things that people do for an Anything Goes game is most of the time they will have at least 3, if not 4, Klefki. Because most people will bring a Mega Rayquaza, and the only thing that Mega Rayquaza is scared of is the Klefki.
True.
Personally, I just find it's fucking annoying. Unless you decide to be a dick and send out a Porygon 2 with Prankster. No, a Porygon 2 with Trace. Therefore, it gets the Prankster. Therefore, you can then have priority Thunder Wave, priority Recover. Then you can punch the Klefki in the face.
You're a madman because do you know that team with the Porygon Z?
Mm-hmm.
Porygon Z and Porygon 2.
Yes, because it's not the same Pokemon. Because therefore
But
you
they have
can
the same
use-
stat total, and that gives Porygon 2 access to Eviolite, which is bullshit. I love it.
I love the fact that...
145 in both defenses and access to Recover. Fuck you, Shuckle.
Okay, here's one for you. Chansey. Bulky as fuck. Able to have access to the Eviolite and has Soft Boil.
No, the Eviolite is a waste of time on the chance. Oh, wait. Oh, no, you mean your special defense. True. Ridiculous special defense.
It is a ridiculous special defense. You put the
I love how
Eviolite on it.
it makes your special defense like over 300 or something ridiculous. I don't know.
Yep.
But it makes your physical defense 10 instead of 5.
It does, and it's fun because people will play the Blissey because they want to be able to take the Drain Punch. And I'll look at them and say, are you stupid?
You think that... No, they have the same physical defense. 10 and 10. Eviolite makes it 10. Oh, no,
Yeah.
Eviolite makes it like 7.5. But like, are you really gonna go for 3 more points in defense?
No.
What
And
you
then
do
there's
get access to is leftovers.
Yeah, and then there's Cliff Fable. Let's not forget that little gem.
Yeah. So I want let's talk about the thing in Diantha's room. The supposed super Diancie.
Oh, you mean the one that's in all the elevator rooms except for Diantha's?
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
so
Half of me thinks it looks like half Gardevoir, which it does. It looks like a Gardevoir, kind of, if you look at the head shape.
yeah,
But
you want to know something ridiculous?
Shoot, I'm always game for
This
ridiculous.
is ridiculous. Like, don't take this seriously, but take this seriously. What's the one thing that every other world has that the Pokemon world doesn't have?
I don't know what.
All right, I'm gonna get you to guess this. Okay.
I don't know.
Do you know your Magic the Gathering expansions?
Kind of. Like, I'm getting into the game-ish.
Do you know about Gideon Jura?
Yes.
Do you know his homeland?
No.
Do you know where Kithian was from? Gideon's original name.
Doesn't quite ring a bell.
All right. Do you know about Theros?
Yes, I do.
All right. What's special about Theros?
Gods and deities.
What's the one thing Pokemon doesn't have that every other world has?
Gods and deities.
Actual, mythical gods and deities and everything. That statue looks like a fucking Gaia spirit or some kind of pink goddess, like Legend of Zelda style goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine
Can you imagine
if Generation 7 introduces actual gods, like actual space gods?
Oh, okay. Adding actual space gods would be slightly ridiculous, because if they do what we suggested and base it off of Egypt, what they would do is make the legendaries Ra and Osiris, or Isis, or
Okay, a meteor hitting the Earth is a pretty bad thing, but a Pokemon that can control the sun is pretty bad. Move over, Primal Groudon.
Yeah, Primal Garudon can just kind of sit there and be like, shit. Because having Ra, who can control the sun, and having Osiris, who is the god of death and is the lord of the underworld.
Talk about a bad supervillain, someone who wants to resurrect ancient emperors. I mean, pharaohs.
Oh my god!
Think Night of the Museum 3. Or 2. Or whichever
Yes, Night
one
of the
was cool.
Museum, yes.
2.
Yes.
Night of the Museum 2. Think that level.
You, my friend, are
3.1415.
speaking my mind. You are speaking my mind
You are
because
speaking my mind. Yeah.
I
Okay,
love those
Can
movies.
I
They
just
were
say
all
something? Okay. Look at Hoopa Unbound. That's a fucking god. That is a god of chaos. Look at it. That's a god of chaos.
Yep.
That's a god of chaos.
Discord at
looks
its
like a
finest. If you look at Zygarde, bigness.
Yeah, he looks like a primeval titan god.
If you look at Mega Diancie, as much as she looks like a princess, she also looks like a deity. And then
she
there's
has the
Volcanion.
statue thing.
And then
Volcanion, sorry, you're the odd one out, bro.
yeah, Volcanion's like, what about me? And we're all like,
I love looking at Volcanion's left face because his left face is really sad and grumpy. He looks
yeah,
like a
he's
cat.
like, I'm so left out. And then people threaten him. He's like, fuck you, bitch, I'm Steam.
Steam.
Because he is. He's master of Steam.
But
You will not see Scald on that Pokemon. Why? Because it has its own version, which does the burning ability of Scald and has better power.
What's it called?
Steam Eruption.
Nice.
I looked at it as soon as I was
Like, when was the last time we saw a Pokemon as big as that Zygarde, or as like that? Koopa Unbound is a god. It just is.
Of course, Hoopa Unbound and Hoopa Regular, for that matter, are able to make portals that can transport anything.
Like
And any
Dialga controls the flow of time. Dialga cannot travel through time. It can only affect how it moves, fast
Yeah.
or slow. And Palkia cannot teleport, but it can move itself through space by compressing and decompressing the space continuum energy fields and
Exactly.
stuff.
With Garudon and Kyogre, Garudon is able to intensify the power of the sun to create a drought, while at the same time, Kyogre is able to suppress the power of the sun to create a torrential downpour.
But as cool as those Pokemon are, there's a certain personality to a god.
Yep.
Like, Hoopa Unbound looks like he's straight out of the Dragon Ball Z movie.
It does. If I was to look at that, I'd be like, that looks like a fusion of Frieza, Cell, and
That god, dude.
that cat thing. Yeah, it looks like
Just not a
essentially
Pokemon.
exact.
It's just not a Pokemon.
No, but if you look at stuff like, I don't know, Regigigas, for example. Regigigas is essentially Lord and Guardian of the legendary golems.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The reason why I brought up Theros is because the whole plot of Theros is that Xenagos, god of revels, the party god, is pissed off because planeswalkers, while they're no longer immortal by any means because of the sundering, they still can travel off planes and into different planes. Gods are immortal, but they're stuck to their plane. Xenagos, god of revels, is like, you know what? I'm going to make a big ruckus on my place and make all the other gods build up champions and have them send them into Nyx to try to stop me. Then, when all these champions turn into planeswalkers from all their strifes in life and their spark ignites, I'm going to use that spark, steal it, and go become a planeswalker and leave this plane. And then, if you have a planeswalking god in the age where planeswalkers are no longer immortal, that would disrupt the entire balance of the multiverse more so than the Eldrazi.
I do see your point.
So, gods have a certain personality to them.
Let's use God
Pokemon don't have that personality. All Pokemon are like mean like Volcanion, or happy like Diancie, or neutral like Zygarde. Nothing quite looks like Hoopa, even Hoopa bound form.
The only thing that comes to mind...
There is an asshole super sentience to them.
The only thing that comes to mind when you say there's nothing else that is slightly like Hoopa Unbound, the only thing I can think of that comes even close to Hoopa Unbound is Giratina Origin.
Yeah, because
And the
he
fact
exists from
that-
a different universe.
Kind of. He originated in...
Yeah, he comes from the same universe we all come from.
Yeah,
It's just
but
a-
Dialga and Palkia warped both space and time to seal him away because
Dialga and
of his...
Palkia are very godlike, but I feel like their primal forms will be more so. Their primal forms will look a lot more like it.
Only one of them has a primal form right now.
Yeah, but we don't know. It might look completely different from that.
It might, but as much as I
That
don't
was more of
want
a
it to,
dark Dialga. I think it was a translation issue.
it'd probably be, but I liked Primal Dialga, the original one.
Oh yeah, I love that.
It looked sick.
Yeah, but then again, it's not a Pokemon that can travel through time. It's a Pokemon that controls the flow of time. So I call that bullshit. That takes you to a different world and all that stuff.
Yeah, the only Pokemon that can travel through time is Celebi.
Well, technically, I think he did do the flow of time because he kind of brought you with it and everything, and it just brought certain places back in time. In the Pokemon manga, Pokemon Adventures, which is amazing, Dialga's ability and Palkia's abilities are shown perfectly when they're climbing up Mount Spear Pillar, because Platina is running up the mountain and Pearl and Diamond are up above her, and she looks up and she's like, "Oh my God, they're 100 feet away. Guys, can you hear me?" And then they're turning back, and they see her 10 feet from them,
Over my head, I
but
got it.
4 hours ago.
It's a really random thing.
It's
okay?
like,
And
it's
I
so
looked
crazy.
And I looked in the mirror and I
Everything's
literally
just getting torn apart.
almost
because
pee
the
myself.
legendaries
That's
are
so
fake.
confused.
Okay.
This is the scariest shit I've ever seen. It's kind of creepy, kind of.
Yeah.
But this
So
is
yeah,
what the-
gods and
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Anyway,
Next generation
Okay.
confirmed gods and Pokemon.
Would you be terrified if you saw this?
I would be very terrified if I saw that, Jess. Very terrified. So I'm gonna get ready for
Yeah.
Wonder Trade,
Gods
and
and Pokemon.
we'll keep that in mind, considering the fact we have to discuss Generation 6.5 and Generation 7 in our lovely super
Generation
discussion
7 is now confirmed to take place in Africa, with Egypt at its pivotal capital, and there's going to be gods.
Okay, since we have to talk about that, that will stay fresh in my mind. I'm going to get ready for Wonder Trade, and I'm going to FaceTime with my friend. Afterwards, I will Skype with you, and we'll
I might
start...
even get Wally, or Andy, because he's in the chat right now. Hey, Andy.
Wait, really?
Hold up. Do you want to get on Skype later for a podcast? In about 1 hour. Period. Actually, question mark. Fuck it. I already canceled the talking.
It just popped up on my iPad. I'm like, I just heard you say that. Anyway.
Also, this is unrelated, but, guacamole.
I think you and I are going to get along wonderfully.
Dude, you have to listen to the podcast. You're just like Bushy, but more active. You're fucking crazy Canadian, man. I love it.
Anyway, I'll talk to you after Wonder Trade, dude.
Hey, be sure to reference the channel when you when you're leaving your Wonder Trade thing.
What, the fact that it's going to be going, but the fact that the podcast is going to be on a channel?
Yeah, just reference like, hey, I'm doing a thing with youtube.com/sour0deez on the FullRestore channel, which is, you can find the link through there. FullRestore doesn't have its own hyperlink, but my main channel does, so you have to find it through there and everything. But yeah,
So so if I was to go into YouTube and look up FullRestore all one word?
Yes, you would probably find me. But
Okay.
as long as you make it not autocorrect to you. But the thing is that if you go to youtube.com/sour0deez, that takes you to the Pat's Plays channel, and then FullRestore is linked right there.
Okay, I will totally do that because that sounds like fun. Okay,
Yes.
I'll talk to you after.
Okay, and be sure to listen to just like 10 minutes of that podcast I just uploaded.
Will do.
So yeah.
See ya.